and it looks like the party is about to begin. Superman Legacy's first production photos are on the internet, and it looks like they tell us a little bit of what to expect from this new movie. Let's first talk about the photo that James Gunn posted on his social media, with him, the producer Peter Safran, and all the cast after the first table reading of the script. And the most interesting details is that you can see Nicholas Hoult already bald for the role of Lex Luthor, which indicates that they're probably about to start shooting. We have all the cast that we already knew that was going to be there, including David Corenswet's now shaved beard in the background of the photo, but we also have a new casting member that I don't think was mentioned before, and is right in front of Nicholas Hoult and David Corenswet in the picture. And I'm sorry for not knowing the actor's name, but he is not mentioned in the description of the photo of James Gunn, so I'll have to check this information later, but looks like he is playing Otis. And for those who don't know who this character is, you have to remember from the first Richard Donner's Superman movie, Otis was the clumsy henchman of Lex Luthor in that movie, played by the amazing actor Ned Beatty. And since we also have a Eve Tex-Macker that was also in that movie, here on Superman Legacy, played by the actress Sarah Sampaio, that might indicate that we're gonna have a more humor tone to Lex Luthor, because that was the point of this trio of characters in that movie. At least some of this dynamic might be played off with the Nicholas Hoult version. I don't know, we can only wait, but it's interesting that James Gunn is going with these two characters from that interaction of Superman, which is known for being the most classic version of him. Another interesting information is that we might have the symbol of Superman revealed, because the actress Isabel Merced and also Sarah Sampaio posted a picture of their cards in the table reading as Hawkgirl and Eve Tex-Macker. And both of these cards have a symbol that is very reminiscent of the Kingdom Come symbol version from the comics, the one that is basically a red stripe in the black background. And we don't have an actual confirmation that this will be the symbol, but it's very probable that this is the case, because why would they put this symbol in their table reading cards? Let's remember that the actor Brandon Routh also wore this version of the symbol on his Superman's interaction in the CW show, Legends of Tomorrow, I guess. I'm not sure which one it was. But I really liked that suit, actually, in the show. It was very well done and very reminiscent of the Kingdom Come comic. So in my opinion, bring it on, James Gunn, because I definitely believe that the Superman character must be portrayed with other looks and other visuals that are classic from the comics and not just the old same. But again, we have to wait and see. We also had a very interesting Batman news this week, actually a cancelled Batman project news with the Batman Beyond animation that was pitched to Warner Bros. By the same guys who produced Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse. So they made these storyboards that are very cool. Actually, the look of the animation is wonderful. It has this cyberpunk element with all the lights and the futuristic buildings. We also have this very cool shot of Batman flying down the street, running away from the villain Inc. in that animated series. And look, I think these images are awesome. We fans of Batman want a Batman Beyond movie for ages now. The concept of a futuristic Batman on the big screen is just a dream for me. But I also have to be honest that although the animation style of Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse would fit very well this interaction of the character, I would much prefer to see a Batman Beyond in live action. I know it's more expensive, it would take a long time to produce, well, although animations also take a long time to do, but it would be much more epic in my opinion. And although these images of the storyboards are fantastic, I do believe they are too similar to the animated series. Wait, let me explain before you go. But Gus, that's exactly what we want. Exactly like the animated series. What I mean to say is that we already had an animated version of this character and his mythology. So to bring him for a live action version would be much more new and fresh for our eyes. I mean, wouldn't you love to see a Batman Beyond with the same epic scale of a Blade Runner movie? Plus, what really matters to me if you're gonna bring a Batman Beyond to the screen is the story. What's the story? The creators have to take advantage of the futuristic setting to create futuristic stories, especially playing with sci-fi elements and cyberpunk ideas. For example, the Batman Beyond animated series was very cool for having episodes that really play into the whole idea of futuristic concepts, like the episode Zeta, that you had this very advanced android that was running away from the authorities, and Batman has to actually help him because he's on the good side. So the story is the most important here. What interesting futuristic concept can it bring to the Batman mythos? Plus, if this movie was actually made, I would love for it to avoid some things that I didn't like so much about the animated series, like the whole teenage setting in the school. There were some good episodes with the whole thing, but that element of the show was only created because Bruce Timm and Paul Dini had to create a younger Batman to appease the younger audience. So much so that I don't think Terry McGinnis is a very interesting character. I know people gonna kill me now, but hear me out. He's an okay character, not a bad character, but I just didn't think he was interesting enough to be a Batman. So I would love to see another version of this character for a probable movie that was a darker character. I mean, the whole story has to be darker anyway, just like the animated feature Batman Return of the Joker. That is the perfect version of the Batman Beyond mythos. So I wouldn't mind if the creators took some different liberties with the Terry McGinnis character to create a guy that was a little more interesting and more dark to take the Batman mantle. Plus, to be honest, I always thought that the Batman Rogues gallery, Batman Beyond's gallery of villains, were kinda lame. The only villain that actually had potential was Spellbinder, which is a version of an old Batman villain from the comics. There's a lot you can do with this character in a futuristic setting, using his illusions against Batman and creating chaos in Gotham City. Anyway, I'm going too much into what I would like to see in a Batman Beyond movie version, and I don't even know what this version would be, so maybe I am completely wrong and this version would be awesome in all the ways. But the thing is that this project was not accepted by Warner Bros. The guys who pitched it first said that the Warner Bros. Producers didn't even want to listen to them, but then after they have a talk, they got a little more interested, so I think it was a good pitch. And since Warner Bros. Is known for making stupid decisions, especially before the whole change of administration, they didn't even call the guys back after the whole thing changed and James Gunn took control of the whole thing. So we're probably not gonna see much of this idea in the future, unfortunately. But I'm hopeful that one day we're gonna have a Batman Beyond movie, probably in live action, as I would like. In fact, if Warner Bros. Is listening, I can pitch you guys some ideas because I have many that can create a whole mythology of this futuristic Batman. But jokes aside, I'm hopeful that one day we're gonna have this version of the character because come on, this whole concept of a futuristic Batman is just too good. What about you? What do you think about this news? Please comment below your thoughts and don't forget to subscribe for the channel for more news of Batman and DC in general. And this is it for today. See you in the next Bat video and bye bye.